horses were training, and I guess there was string attached, and it wrapped around one of our horse's back legs.
Horse okay?
Yeah, the horse is okay, but I mean,
Take off and go.
I mean, it's just, I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
That's a big kite.
Yeah. So now we have a kite.
Didn't give it back.
Nope, they're not getting it back. They don't know how close they were to owning a very expensive horse.
Mark, you confronted with a sloppy track this morning. What is your?
I'm hoping we don't have slop on Saturday, but you know, as a trainer, you do everything. You get to this point, which we all know how hard it is to get here, and then when you have a racetrack that helps others and hurts others, it's frustrating. As a trainer, you want to go out and if your horse is not the best horse or he gets beat, you're fine with that. I can accept that. I just want a good racetrack, you know, and hopefully I see the weather looks like it might be getting a little better, but funny, I did an interview at Churchill and I met the weatherman about a week out, and he goes, "You're going to be fine, you're going to be fine." And then every day I saw him, I said, "You're killing me now. You're killing me. I'm holding you responsible for this." And every time I'd see him, he'd go like this. So this time it said we were going to have rain on Saturday. At the Derby, they said we wouldn't. So I'm hoping the weatherman keep their records good. They don't get it right.
Did you see a different action, different type of horse in the slop than you did on a dry track?
No, so you know what? It's not about the action. Okay. See, a lot of people, I'm sure he can handle slop. Mm-hmm. That's not the issue. The issue in the Derby was 18 horses throwing mud at you, and I said this yesterday. If you're up very close to the horse in front of you, the kickback isn't as hard. But you get about 10 yards behind, and when it hits you, it means something, and it hurts. And he just never got comfortable. I knew we were in trouble going around the first time, you know. So that's why we're here. We're going to throw that one out. Hopefully we get a better track on Saturday. And even if we don't, we're only going to have 8 horses throwing mud back at us. Mm-hmm. So big difference. So a lot of it isn't about why. I mean, you've been around racing forever. How many times do we see sloppy tracks? A horse goes to the lead and never stops. That's because it's not that they handle it better. The others can't handle all the kickback. And that's what, in my mind, happened to Sandman.
Mark, you've had no problem doing the 2-week turnaround when you think you have the right horse. What do you make of the sort of broader debate about the Triple Crown calendar?
So that's a good question, because for a long time, I've said that no, I like the 2 weeks. It's not supposed to be easy. The problem is, for our sport, I also, one of the things that drives me more crazy than anything is when people say, well, this is the way we've always done it. I believe that the world gets smarter every day, and if you stand still, you get run over. I think if we're going to continue in the future of losing Kentucky Derby winners, you know, because of the 2 weeks, then I think we got to really seriously look at making it maybe a month and a month. Not only that, the problem, it's more than that. You lose the undercard. When I was a little boy, the Black-Eyed Susan was the race. It was, you'd run in the Oaks and you come in the Black-Eyed Susan. Now, they're losing everything. I have probably the best 3-year-old filly in North America on the turf, Nitrogen. If we had had a month and Pimlico was running I forget what the race is, the 3-year-old filly race, she may be there, but that was never under consideration. And so it's not just about the Preakness, it's about the entire program. There's been a lot written recently, and I think it's true, and that is, one, we have the Triple Crown, we need the Triple Tiara. The fillies should have the same type of racing, and we need to do the same for the older colts and older fillies. We have to we've got some momentum going right now. Our game has come a long way in the last year or so. You know, we were headed in the wrong direction. I feel like now we're headed in the right direction. Let's take advantage of this and make some changes. Anyways, I'm for, again, if you'd asked me a year ago, I would have said 2 weeks. Let's leave it that way. But I think going forward, and this is not about me. I can run back in 2 weeks. We've won the Breeders' Cup off of 2 weeks. We've won the Preakness off of 2 weeks. We got beat a nose in the Preakness. I have a filly called Got Stormy who holds the track record at Saratoga. She won off a week layoff. So I don't have a problem with it, but I'm looking. I know a guy like Bill Mott and Chad Brown and Todd Pletcher. They have a way, and we need them in the game. This is important. We want the best horses for our sport. So I really don't have any thoughts about it. No.
Mark, can you just clear up the shoe situation, or is he wearing glue-ons? Did he wear glue-ons in the race?
He has wore glue-ons on and off his entire life. He has a very shelly foot. Okay. He won the Arkansas Derby with glue-ons.
Okay.
When we went to Churchill, we felt like his feet hadn't grown out enough, so we put glue-ons back on him. We put a different type of glue on than he had in the Arkansas. Now, I had to make a decision a couple days ago about do we put glue-ons back on? I did not. His feet had grown out. We put regular shoes. I wonder if maybe in the slop that may be a little better for him. I don't know, but I'm going to do it. Now, I have to tell you, I've read a lot of experts on the keyboard, you know, talking about how could I run a horse with bad feet and this and that. Probably my 10 best horses have glue-on shoes. Glue-on shoes are very expensive, so you just don't use them on everybody. But that means nothing. And by the way, the Kentucky Derby winner wore glue-on shoes. So let's throw that one away and move on.
How about just the way this race shapes up?
What's that? No, I have no opinion on that either.
How about the way
if you'll kind of notice, I have no opinion on much of anything. We don't even want to go on the whip. But anyways.
How do you feel the race shapes up for your horse?
What's that?
How do you feel this race shapes up for your horse if you're on a regular, a track that he can handle? How do you, when you look at
I think he looks good. To me, one of the reasons, in all honesty, we're here, I think the four best, probably 3-year-olds right now in the country are Sovereignty, Journalism, Baiza, and maybe Bob's horse, Rodriguez. I think that's still out. I looked at, do I wait and go to the Belmont and face all those guys, or come back here and face Journalism? Now, there's some other very talented horses here, but the horse to beat, without a doubt, is Journalism. I felt like our horse was doing good. He's happy. I feel like I'd rather face 1 than 4. Just makes sense, and that's why we're here.
If all goes well, could he be in the Belmont too?
What do you think?
No one did, probably.
Yeah.
2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's a month.
Yeah. I mean, we got all kinds of time.
It's something that he could be on a schedule for sure.
Yeah, it could be. Could be.